Yo, Busy with B Mondays. Welcome everybody to Busy with B Mondays. You know what it is, man. It's another installment of the Busy with B show. I'm the co-host Boots.
And I am Ursula.
Thank you guys as always. I'm real excited about tonight's show. I'm really excited about tonight's show. We're going to switch it up and do a little something different for you guys tonight. We're going to have some fun. We're going to get a little personal and all that good stuff, but we're going to get into that in a second.
Yes.
As always, we coming to you live from WLVS, Listen Vision Studios in Washington, D.C. on Big Bad, Georgia Avenue. Hopefully you guys are tuning in through the Listen Vision website. Just so you know, that's listenvisionlive.com. That's the website to see all the greatness we got going on here today.
Absolutely.
And as usual, and this is probably the show that people really want to call in on. If you want to call in, the number is 315-954-0688. That's 315-954-0688. And right out the gate, we want to let y'all know, give y'all a very positive and blessed update that Miss B and baby Bella are doing just fine. They're in good health. We should actually be seeing Miss B back in the studio around April 1st.
Around April 1st, absolutely.
Right. So we'll be welcoming her back. And look, there go Bella right there. Oh, look at her. That little bundle. Look at all that hair.
Yes.
Look at all that hair.
That's my favorite picture.
Big bundle of joy. Yes. That's right. What a blessing. What a blessing. So that's the Busy with B show, baby.
Yeah.
And so blessings to her and mom and dad and the whole family. So like we said, today is going to be our dating and relationship show.
And who can relate to that, though?
Everybody. Everybody dating somebody, sleeping with somebody, bunned up with somebody, married to somebody, something. You doing something out here.
What they doing? Dating other people, men and women, too?
All that. There's just a lot going on.
Okay,
so it's going to be a real informative and a real personal show today. We got a great group of guests from different walks of life, very diverse. And so we're just going to be chopping it up and getting people's opinions, their feelings on different topics, all that good stuff.
We need you all to call in.
Yeah, man,
and
call
those
in.
Watching via Facebook, please stay tuned.
Right, because I can't see what y'all... I can't really see the questions on my Facebook Live or whatever, but please keep tuning in. Ursula, you can check out the questions on yours or whatever. But please be a part of the show, man. We want all you guys' input, your opinions, all that good stuff. If you say something dumb, I'm going to shoot you down like I always do. But if you agree with me, you pretty good. Oh, yeah, Sid going to come.
No, you can't do that. Everybody's not going to agree with you.
They probably should.
No, we should not. We should have our own opinion.
You usually do.
I do.
You try to put up a front at first, but at the end of the day, you always, boo, she was right. You know,
no, I don't.
Right.
I do not always say
like Jussie Smollett. But look, let's keep it moving.
you like to throw a little stuff, okay?
How was your weekend? We always like to start off talking about each other's weekend. How was your weekend?
I'm still a little tired today. I went to Jaquise concert last night.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, at the Fillmore.
The king of R&B?
The king of R&B.
The young king of R&B? That's my guy, though.
Yeah, he put on the show.
For real?
He did. I had a good time.
Man, you could say what you want about the young boy.
Yeah.
But we need a mic?
Talking my mic.
Oh. Mm-hmm. That's the universal sign for talking the mic. Okay.
Yes.
All right, cool.
I was hip to what he was doing.
I wasn't. I'm like, what?
Hey, cool.
But that's my guy. I like his music.
I love his music.
I ain't mad at him even saying that he the young king of R&B. I mean,
well, I'm not.
What are he supposed to say? I'm the third best?
No.
So, I mean, hey, the dude got hits.
And he can dance, too.
For real?
Yeah.
Did he used to be a dancer or something?
I don't know. I didn't realize he was so small, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, he a little guy. He's he about the size of my 13-year-old son, probably.
I can't with you today.
Really? He is. But that's my guy. I like his music. So how was the concert? It was good?
It was excellent. I just sung and danced.
Who you go with?
And, my friend.
Who?
Nobody you know.
A guy or girl?
You getting too personal. Why
Didn't we say that today was the personal show?
We said dating and relationship. So you guys
It was a date. So it was a date. So you went, Ursula went on a date. Ursula went on a date. We're going to get into how this date was later on. Did y'all go to dinner too?
No.
Y'all just went. Where was the concert at?
The Fillmore in Silver Spring.
Y'all was up in downtown Silver Spring and ain't gonna get no food?
The show started at 8.
Okay. You could have got food before, after.
No, it started at 8.
Hey, cuz, whoever you is, you supposed to take her to go get some food. She like to eat. Just like every female like to eat. You gotta take her to get some food.
He got that one locked.
Oh, we definitely gonna get into that. Mm-hmm. But my weekend, I ain't really. What did I do this weekend?
What you do?
I ain't really do too much. Oh, I'm lying. I'm lunching. Shout out to my man Paul from Fitness Motivators out in District Heights, Maryland. Shout out to all the brothers I met. I was a part of a men's forum on Sunday that we just kind of came together to talk about, have a conversation about what is going on in society amongst us as black men, how we can be better men to our women and to our kids, and how we can better serve our community. Mm-hmm. And so I met some amazing, positive brothers. One of them was a Prince George's County police officer. We talked about improving police and community relations. It was probably about 9 or 10 of us, and of the 9 or 10, I was surprised to see that a good 5 of us was married. Okay. So the married brothers came out represented. You know what I mean? Which is going to be one of the topics we talk about later on is marriage. So the whole idea is that we're trying to almost like form a coalition that we could start not only having positive conversations, but put some actions behind our words.
Absolutely.
Because we all, you know me, I'm on Facebook every day, posting stuff, whatever. But we complain and we moan and we whatever, but it's time to actually start doing some things. And, those things will probably look like mentoring young kids and young boys specifically.
That's always important.
Giving back to communities. We talked about maybe going to some of the hospitals where people are suffering with cancer and things of that nature, and donating some of our time and our money and our energy to those people. So, man, it was very, very uplifting. That. And I mean, you talking about guys that they might be Muslim, they might be Christian, they might even be atheists. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, we black.
Same goal.
We black and we goal. Men, and we're trying to bring men back into the fold and masculinity, because, as y'all know, male masculinity is under attack out here.
Why you say that?
Because it is. I really in our society, I feel like masculinity really is only accepted and celebrated in sports and in action movies and things of that nature. But in a lot of other walks of life, it's becoming a bad word to be masculine and just to be a thorough dude. So those are the kind of things we were getting back to. Very, very enlightening and very positive.
Boots. Thorough is good.
I mean, that's the DC version of man, but you thorough. We thorough out here. So I also wanted to touch real quick on the tragic story. First of all, this is ridiculous.
It is. Of
the gentleman and his stepdaughter that got arrested in Baltimore for killing the gentleman's wife. So I guess about a month or so ago, 2 months ago, however long ago, we heard the story of this woman who got supposedly stabbed by a panhandler.
She rolled down the window
to give the lady some money or whatever. Dude come from behind and stab her up, whatever. Kind of find out these people. Now, what I don't know is if the man and his daughter, if they the ones that stabbed her and made up the story.
The stepdaughter stabbed
one of them, something happened, because now they're saying that there was no panhandler involved at all.
The issue,
it wasn't another person involved at all.
The issue I had with that, why didn't they investigate just that false claim?
Well, they did. I mean, it takes time. It takes time. It takes time to investigate. It takes time to figure things out, and they did. And by the grace of God, they caught these people before they was literally in Texas about to flee into Mexico.
Wow.
I guess they wasn't tripping off no Donald Trump wall or whatever, because they was
in all of it for what?
They was getting on up right. Yeah, and why? Why would you kill that woman? It's ridiculous. So prayers and blessings to her family. Actually, somebody I know is related to the man. So, their family is even going through it as well. So, prayers and blessings to everybody affected by this senseless act of violence and all the senseless acts of violence that happen in all our communities across the country. So, with that being said, we're going to take a quick little break. We're going to bring up, because we got a nice little group of guests. We're going to get them. Before we go further, let it be known that Ursi, let me say Ursi did this, because not Ursula. Ursi got us wine. She got us infused cupcakes.
I wanted to be real
mints, because my breath be stinking, I guess, sometimes.
You get on my nerves.
Like, you trying to really set the tone here, huh?
Yes, this is a grown panel right now. We about to have some grown-up conversation. I wanted to make it, relaxing and
I already punished one of these. I already punished one glass of wine, so I don't know. By the time 6:30 rolled around, ain't no telling what I might say out my mouth.
Oh Lord Jesus, help me! So let me just leave my wine right over here. In
That's
case
what we doing tonight.
Back in.
So look, guys, like I said, we're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna debate. We're gonna argue. We're gonna come together. We're gonna agree. We're gonna disagree. We're gonna get right into it, man. So we're gonna take a quick little commercial break. We're gonna get our guests up on the panel, get them situated, and then we're gonna dive right into our questions and topics. It's the Busy with B show, relationships and dating show tonight, and we'll be right back with you.
Absolutely.
Welcome back to the Busy with B show. As you can see, we stacked up here.
We stacked.
We got a whole crew. We got a whole panel. And you know what? We also going to do something a little different today. I want to let the individuals introduce themselves.
Absolutely. We can start down there with Miss
Start at the end and work your way on up.
Shape Killer.
How y'all gonna start with me? Okay, I'm Shape Killer.
Talking to Mike.
Right.
Shape Killer.
Shape Killer. What that mean?
Killer. Do you need to show them?
Okay.
Oh,
can they see? Hold on.
Hold on.
Come this way. You gotta come back here.
We early.
Come back here.
Really?
Right where you was at. Right where you was at.
Right
where
here.
you
Show
was at.
everybody.
Everything is self-explanatory.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. That's what's up. Next.
I'm Leah Letman.
Leah, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. All right, cool. So as you guys can see, we got a nice little mix of women and men and all that good stuff. So we should be getting a lot of different opinions, a lot of different feelings, all that good stuff. The wine is flowing. I think I'm sweating underneath my hat already. So we about to get loose. So right out the break, being that this is a dating and relationship show, the first question I have for everybody is that in 2019, why does it seem like now more than ever, or at least more since we've all been adults, that men and women just can't get along? I mean, it's almost like it's a inbred us first them mentality in everything we do or whatever, especially within our black community. So what do y'all think about that?
I think that's vague. What you mean we can't get along?
We can't get along.
Get along in a relationship or dating?
In general.
So how do you get to long-term relationships if you don't get along, i.e. marriage or any serious relationship?
I don't know. Ask some of the guests. What's their take on?
I disagree. Let me say I disagree with that.
Why? What is exactly do you disagree with?
I don't want to say we cannot get along because you don't get to serious relationships or long-term or committed relationships without getting along.
True.
It can't be you versus them and think that you're gonna have longevity.
Okay.
Well, I'll challenge that.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I'm in between two.
Well, it's a combination of both. It's about variety, but it's also about respect. One of the things that I've learned in the dating scene, single, being involved, and with no disrespect to nobody, but chivalry died when being ladylike died. Now, I say that. I say that because we can get along. And like you just said, I'm going to piggyback off of you. You can't be in a serious relationship unless you guys get along. But let's be real. A lot of people aren't looking for love. They're looking for help.
Oh, wow.
We live in a generation where...
You say help?
Yeah, they're not looking for love. They're looking for help. Ideally, that's what we would all want.
Yeah.
But we got people out here who's winging it, flying by just going by your zipper, going by the
I see some looks over there, though.
But again, it's just from my personal opinion, my experiences, and actually sharing my thoughts with other people, female. And then it becomes about transparency.
I'm gonna agree to disagree.
Please weigh in.
I have to agree to disagree because I would probably agree with you maybe some years ago, but nowadays it's 2019. Like, women are bosses, and we bring a table to the table.
Absolutely.
So I wouldn't say we're looking for help. We just looking for somebody who can be a man.
So let me clarify. I'm not just referring to women looking for help.
Okay.
There's some fuckboys out here who I know several.
Okay.
And if you're in my circle, I'm holding you accountable. No matter how long I've known you, if we're not aligned, if our spirits or our frequency aren't aligned, and we're not looking for the same thing, you can't help me.
So when you say you hold that person accountable,
Absolutely.
In what way?
Perfect example. I have friends who are married and cheating on their wife.
Okay.
I'm not married yet, but I'm not going to sit here and say that's my goal. But that's something I'm looking to attain. I'm trying to grow from my friend. You're teaching me bad habits that I can do while I'm single. What's the point of getting married if you should be leading your friends by example?
So your man, he married, he might be cheating. You gonna address that to him?
We've had that conversation.
And how'd that go?
It was almost. He was shocked that we've had that conversation. He was shocked that, I even brought it to his attention as if it's a problem.
Right.
But like you said, it's 2019. Women are bosses. What else can I bring to the table besides a plate?
All right, let me take this comment from Facebook Live. The roles are shifted, so it's hard to get along sometimes. Some men want to lead but expect women to be submissive to them when they haven't even earned the right. I love that.
So how does a man earn the right to have a woman be submissive to him? And what does that even mean to you?
I would say this from experience. You have men that expect you to come to the table to show them that you're wife material, right? Mm-hmm. But they not coming to the table with anything but nothing. Drama. I'm going to say drama. Drama. Yeah.
Well, so I think everybody thinks that they're probably coming to the table with something of substance. So I'm sure those same men that you say they coming to the table with nothing but drama, they may say that about a lot of you women as well.
But this is the part we're forgetting about. We're jumping right into dating. What about the courtship?
Absolutely.
What about the vetting process? A lot of this stuff, before you jump into that relationship, you'll find out. But we're just too ignorant or too stuck in our ways to actually pay attention to what's in front of us.
No, I believe in court.
So where does with what you just said, so where does people who present themselves a certain way at first come into play?
That's their representative. Hence why you need to date as long as possible. Now, I'm all for my woman submitting to me, but unless I put a ring on her finger, she does not have the right to submit to me, no matter what I bring to the table.
So let me ask you a question. Would you date a woman who comes into the courting phase and say, I'm gonna leave my options open and continue to date? Would you still pursue her as someone serious that you're looking at as a wife, or maybe potentially long term?
Good question. Do y'all want? Oh, that was directed to me or towards everyone?
Everyone, you first.
Okay.
Because that was towards the men.
I wouldn't take her serious, but again, it's about transparency and honesty. Mm-hmm. I'll make my expectations clear from day one. I don't care how aggressive
and
it is.
And we're speaking on courting, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, cut it out.
But I'm going to make my expectations clear from day one. And you're right.
It's back to the previous thing I said. So if we got to show y'all that we're wifey material, and if we come into it and say, no, I'm a date until you show me that I should settle down with just you and date exclusively, you not going to take her seriously?
To a degree. But it's going back to establishing our expectations. I expect you to go fulfill your royal oaths, figure out what's out there. But in my opinion, you're spreading yourself entirely too thin. How can I give you my undivided attention if you're sharing yours? Therefore, the expectation should be, this is something we both agree we can do. Now, as females, will you take me serious if I'm out there dating multiple women?
This is my dilemma, right? So we're
see it.
Right?
Yeah, see it.
Speaking on courting, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you're courting someone, then you basically already dating them if they only have to date you.
When you get there.
Because no. In my opinion, there's an application process.
I agree.
It's an application process, and you are not the only one applying for the job.
Absolutely.
So why am I just going to throw you the job without you meeting the qualifications? Because at this point in time, I don't know you meet the qualifications.
You don't court off rip. That's a build-up. You start to date. When a man decides he's going to court you, that's because he started checking boxes.
What's the difference between courting and dating?
Big difference. Dating.
What does that look like? What's the difference look like?
Dating, we going out having fun, absolutely no expectations. Courting, I'm showing you, I'm professing to you, I'm providing for you. These aren't dates. This is me spending quality time. This is sacrifice. I'm not doing that while I'm dating you.
Can I go back can I go all the way back to square one?
Yes.
When we talk about dating, and I'm going to speak in reference to myself, okay? Nowadays, men do not even bring decent conversation for us to even get past
That's
that.
true.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
If you cannot produce decent conversation with me, then how are we going to even get
I disagree with that.
I can agree with that.
I disagree with that.
I agree with that. I don't want to just hear, what's up, what you doing? I'm working.
Yeah.
I work all day.
Same
I'm going to
way.
tell you, I work all day, and my work day for the most part is pretty much the same, okay? So come to the table with more than just what you're doing.
So
I understand it's a conversation starter.
Yes.
However, come to the conversation with more than what you're doing.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
but what are you coming to the conversation for? Is there ever
men should be courting? That's how I was raised. Y'all got to court, and then we'll court back. We'll court back.
Courting is one thing, but she's talking about when you're still in the dating and even getting to know phase. If you're trying to have conversation with somebody, You shouldn't be sitting back and waiting for them to be the ones that initiate everything, control everything, start everything off. So while that man may be asking you, "What's up? How you doing? How was your day going?" every day, what are you saying to him? Are you saying to him, "Hey, what did you do today? That was interesting. Tell me about it."
I think,
or whatever.
I think for me, what I think Shape Killer is saying, and myself, sometimes it's okay for the guy to say, "Can you be ready at 7? I want to take you out."
Bam.
Instead of the WYD.
Bam.
Tell me.
I get it.
Sometimes we want you to be the aggressor, be the man, and when
be ready.
Be the man.
I completely agree with that, but I don't think that that's what we were just talking about. I don't think that we were just talking. And not only that, I think that a man, if he's smart, probably won't do that until, like Sid said, he's starting to get into the courting stage. If you're a woman and I don't know you all that well, but I like you, I'm attracted to you, we got a good vibe when we met, and we got a good vibe over the phone a couple times and a couple emails, woo woo. No, I'm not going to pick up the phone and say, "Yeah, be ready by 7. I'm not going to do that for you at that stage. But if we've gone out on a couple dates, we've shared some intimate things about each other, you know, we have agreed that we like each other and we would like to see where this can go, then maybe I could start, working toward that. But no.
So if you want, let me say this: if y'all want men and women to get along, stop lying initially. If you want to say be transparent, men need to come to the table with honesty. Don't lie because you see something you want and you willing to lie to get it. Don't do it.
Here's the other
part.
Not gonna get based along. On what you just said.
We're not gonna get along.
The other part is that we, and by we I mean women, need to start. You need to do this. Y'all need to do that. Y'all need to do that. Y'all need to do that. Everybody needs to start looking within themselves and saying, "What do I need to start doing better? What do I need to start?" And that, I think that plays into why the original question was about men and women not getting along, because all we do is point the finger at each other about what we're not doing right. As opposed to doing that, everybody needs to start self-reflecting within themselves. If you are 35, 40 and some change years old, and you looking back and you saying, "Man, these dudes and these women, man, I don't know what's wrong with them. I can't, I'm looking back at Mo, Larry, and Curly and every situation," then there might be something you doing that's not right, that's not working out.
So let me say this, and then we're going to go to the next topic. So what you're saying about getting along. I watched something on Instagram where Creflo Dollar was counseling Tammy Rivera and Walker Flocka. Creflo Dollar. Yes. But hold on. Don't discredit him yet. Because,
I'm definitely discrediting him.
Let me finish. You talk about the individual, but some people don't particularly care for him. But the message he gave them, it made sense. It might be easier said than done. He looked at Tammy and said, for you all, or men and women, to get along, you don't need to worry about how he's treating you. You need to worry about how you're treating him. And then he said the same thing to him. Instead of worrying about how she treats you, you need to worry about how you treat her. And he gave an example. If you start coming home and running her bath water or bringing her dinner, she gonna want to up you and do something for you. And before you know it, y'all are equally happy.
They married though, right?
No, but they just recently. They newly married, but they went through the cheating, and it was really on how to get them to a point where they could deal with the trust issues that lie, even though they're married. But they went through some things for a period of time. But it makes sense. If we stop worrying about, and it's hard because, if you curse me out, I'm worried about why you say that. But he made sense. And what if we start doing that? What if we start worrying about how we...
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. So I think we can get along better. But it's hard, though. It's hard. When your feelings hurt, it's hard.
It is. So, all right. So the next thing is, and I'm gonna address this to Leah because we haven't heard from Leah quite yet.
Leah.
So, Leah, should you date multiple people until you are clear that you and your potential mate want the same things and at the same time? And it's kind of what we already talked about. And are you honest and upfront with that person and letting them know that you're dating more than one person?
Yes, because I feel like when you be honest with a person from the beginning, it can't go further unless that person want to take it further. That's how I feel.
Right, they can't never say, I ain't know.
Yeah,
No,
they
you
say,
knew
I
because
don't
I
know,
told you.
I did.
I think the expert is Miss Shapekill. I know in her interview, she said
I'm gonna agree to disagree.
You said you're a serial dater, right?
I am a serial dater. I am a serial dater. It's not their business. My thing is this: as long as it's not affecting you, then it's not your business who I date. It's
unless
really,
y'all have that conversation.
Unless we have that conversation. Now, moving forward into, oh, I really like this person. Like, you know, we vibe really good. You know, we went on like 1 or 2 days. And let me make this clear. I treat too. Okay. I'm a real woman.
What?
I see it like that.
What?
Once we get into that point where we feel like we want to proceed forward, then I go to tell you, look, you know, I talk to you and you know someone else, but honestly, I'm feeling your vibe. I don't think the other person is even that important in my life. So look, I'm about to go ahead and let this person know.
But why you gotta tell them that? Okay, so I appreciate honesty, but if you meet a guy,
no,
like
this is moving forward to me feeling like that I want to date you exclusively.
No, I get what you're saying. So that's what I was going to say. You meet a guy, y'all vibe, y'all kick it a few times, you date, whatever. Let me not say kick it because people be whatever. Y'all date, y'all go on real dates a couple times, and the conversation has moved to you guys progressing in your relationship or establishing a relationship. Do you have to tell him, oh, yeah, by the way, there was Clarence and Thomas that I was seeing too?
I think so because why? It's a small circle for one. And I was in a situation where I slept with homies.
It is a small world.
And stuff.
Okay.
Hold on, you slept with who?
I slept with homies.
But you don't know that. You don't find that out.
I want to hear this juice though.
I slept with
Let me
homies
get
and
this
stuff.
tea. This is the tea.
And
Yeah, this is
it
the
come
tea.
out is why you didn't tell me. That's why I be honest from the jump. Oh, I know you hang with such and such, you know.
So what happened when you slept with the homies? How did it affect you or the friendship between them?
Yeah, it affects. I mean, it's
Everything.
It's like, but I feel like I'm being honest because it's a small world, and then I'm pretty known, so it's like I feel like just telling from the jump.
When was your last relationship?
Like a month ago.
And how long was it?
It was like a short period of time. I think it was a fling, if anything.
Ooh. So what was your longest relationship?
Probably like
I know.
Longest was probably like 6 months. I don't make it past the 1 year mark.
Why? Wow. So do you want something long term? And that's not bad if you don't.
No,
I love it.
I do, but guys play games. I feel like in society, guys don't take women out like they used to anymore.
What's the common denominator?
Preach.
It's all about sex now. Like
Preach.
I can't make it through past the conversation without them talking something sexually. That's
Preach,
a turn
I'm
off
vocal.
if I'm trying to get to know you. You know. And it's like it's so confusing because
I
nowadays,
need to learn a lesson
like
from you.
nowadays, it's like if y'all keep asking about sex, I'm gonna ask about money. So then
Preach.
y'all
Okay. What you about to fall up?
This gospel in here right now. This
I'm
gospel.
saying so it's
Because
like
if you feel comfortable enough to ask me for sex, I
I'm
feel
the same
comfortable enough to
way.
ask
So
you for
I
money.
feel like people don't take especially me.
Yes,
They
preach.
don't take me out on dates no more.
Oh, okay. See, why you shaking? You agree?
It's
Bring the mic up. Do you agree?
Yes.
Guys do it all the time.
Come
all
on.
the time.
You look. Hold on. You quiet over there.
I feel like I done talked too much. I feel like I done talked too much.
Hold on, see, he raised his hand.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
So let me ask you this, right? I can admit, I was one of them. I was one of those type of guys. You
Me
know,
too.
I own that.
Transparency.
But in the midst of being transparent, why should a man change his behavior? It's never been required of him.
It has been required because plenty of times I had got.
Now it may be required by you, but if it worked with.
But how you trying to get to know me if you trying to talk sexually though? That's not getting to know me.
Right.
So,
what he's saying, I get what he's saying. What he's saying is, and I'm not even saying that this is an excuse.
It's not.
But what he's saying is, because like he said, I lived it too. As a man out here, it's not hard to have sex with women.
It's not.
And you can meet some really quality women and end up sleeping with them within a week. End up getting the key to their house within a month.
I understand that.
And everything else that come with that. And y'all ain't even never had even conversation
First of all,
about None of that. So if that has happened to you over and over and over and over again, when he comes and meets Leah or he meets you or whoever, in his mind, this is the same old.
I'm the game changer though. I'm the game changer.
All right, that's what men need.
I'm the game
That
changer.
Like,
I'm very vocal and I express.
See.
You know, I don't put no pressure like, oh, you need to take care of me, you need to finance me, X, Y, and Z. But you will date me. Like if we're talking, we're getting to know each other, we're gonna go on a few dates. Of course, you know, sex is gonna be involved at some point in time, but I do agree with you, but to disagree because women are really giving guys, you know, the keys to their spots, you know, when they first meet them and, you know, the whole 9 yards. But you going to always run into that one who expect different. Now, if you feel like
that's why I got a ring on my finger now.
If you feel like you want what you've already had, that's fine. I'm not the one for you. And I let that be known. I'm not the one for you, so proceed on. However, I'm different. You're not going to do that, and I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you.
I feel like you shouldn't have to force a guy to take you out.
No.
So
no, not at all.
When you're about in your 30s, your game should be over cheating.
Not at all.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like, even though I'm 24, I'm young, but I'm real mature for my age. I feel like if you're 30 years old, you should play games in your 20s.
Why 30?
I mean, cause like
I played games when I was
30 like the big number.
You
to
did.
me.
Thank you for being honest.
I feel like that if you still cheating, what's the point of getting in a relationship? What's the point of getting to know a person if you're going out here be single?
I'm going to tell you this. I'm 33. The game does not change from 24 to 30.
It don't.
It don't. No, but I'm saying it don't change. But like what I'm saying, if you've been in the game for a long time, you don't get tired about when you
age gap on it. It's no age gap on it. I'm telling you because I date. Like I said, I'm a serial dater, so I'm the one. But it does not change. The same thing that's going on now with the game running, it's the same as when I was 24. Yep. It's no different.
And it don't change when you get 40 either, trust me.
Okay, Facebook said, I'm dating older men, and they are playing games really hard.
See, that's what I'm saying.
To do with them older men.
So I have a question for Sid and Boots, because Sid, did I hear you kind of insinuate that we have to teach y'all how to?
That's crazy.
Do we need to teach y'all to settle down, or what are y'all saying? He said that's why he got a ring.
Here's the thing: every man.
I wasn't.
I'm just asking.
I posted this video not too long ago. Every man, 2019, every man at some point wants to be married. The question is, why not to you?
Okay.
Now I say that to say, it's not a matter of teaching us to settle down. It's teaching us how to truly love this person. We'll understand. Men know immediately, not almost immediately. In a very short period of time, if this is someone I want, this is someone I can potentially see long term and invest in.
That's if they want marriage,
won't
right?
admit that.
That's
almost
if they want.
Every man wants that.
Okay.
But
it's just a matter of when you bring
is.
that out. However, you must teach us how to love you correctly. Because how you love me, and then I try to give back the same love how you love me, that might not work for you.
I ran into
that's
that.
real talk.
Yeah,
that's real.
I mean,
I've
I
been
get
married.
what you're saying, but that's why I'm not for better for worse.
You not for that?
No, because if you play plenty of games, I can't stick it out with you.
But it's not.
You will run into a good one. Now it's run out of $1 million.
But it all depends on. It all depends on what you consider to be game too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, I mean,
when you keep doing the same thing as games, right?
If we're talking about cheating, then of course, you know, you're not going to be.
And that's the
sticking
main
around.
thing with cheating. That's the main thing. Like,
but game could also be considered. You know, you still hanging out with your friends all the time and not spending enough time with me.
That's too. But the main thing with me is cheating. And then on top of that, I'm a trans woman. So, and I'm very open. So it's like,
I love you, sister.
It's a lot. It's a lot that I deal with females flirting my tires and some more shit. But
females, hold up, sis. Can we get into this?
So it's like
females flatten everybody's tires.
A lot of people.
I have all 4 of them on one car.
I never had that happen.
A lot of people.
It's the worst. And I ain't even doing it.
I guess I go through a lot on top of that because I'm a trans woman.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people just dislike me. But I mean,
really?
Yes, because like, I mean, I get around. But
so are they intimidated that you take their men from them?
Yeah, they're intimidated. Okay. Then on top of that, I was born a guy, and so it's like, oh my God, this it's like a whole scenario.
But you cute though.
Thank you.
So let me go back to these men. So see it. How do we teach? How do we pull that out of y'all though?
So okay,
Well,
go ahead, Sid. Go
Ooh,
ahead,
I
Sid.
got a good
Go
question
ahead.
for them too.
How do we pull
Go
that out
ahead,
of
Sid.
y'all?
Go ahead.
It's gradual. You'll see a man. This is when you're seriously dating. You'll see a man make initiatives, but you'll see how nervous he is. You'll see that he's trying, but it might not be of standard to you.
Right.
This is when the maturity kicks in, being transparent and actually vulnerable.
Yeah.
You'll know when a man needs help. We won't admit it though.
Right.
Now it takes a very, very, very strong man, and most men are. No, let me take that back. Some men are doing it now. Married men are probably doing it now. However, the man must feel comfortable being vulnerable and completely naked and sharing.
What if they
and
don't feel
asking.
comfortable?
I got
the
a
one for
good
you.
question.
They
Go ahead. I want to hear
Not ready
it. Go ahead.
What was you going? Wait a minute.
No, I want Safe Killer to
Oh,
say
the
a
woman can take
question
the initiative.
before
If you
we
see it.
move on to the next
Yes.
topic.
How long do you guys, and I'm speaking for the men, how long do y'all play with a woman's feelings and pretend like you like her before you really tell her that you're not the one?
Oh,
Oh my
easy.
God!
That's easy.
Preach.
That's easy. That's an easy answer. Until you require us to.
Boom.
What you mean? What if you ask? What if you? Well, hold on, Sid.
Let me answer that by saying this.
What
Let
if
me
we-
answer that by saying this.
Just asking.
Right, and let me answer that by saying this, and I'm saying this from my personal experience before I was married. So this is how a lot of my situations happened before I was married. I meet a woman, we meet face to face, or we meet up at a bar or whatever. We hang out, whatever. We talk on the phone. She invite me over. We end up having sex with each other. We both mutually enjoy the sex. That leads to her inviting me over again and again and again. Next thing I know, when I come over there, food is cooked. We chilling. We Netflixing and chilling. Woo, woo, woo. And then probably after about 2 or 3 months or so of that, the conversation of, so what are we doing comes up. And then I say, well, you know, I'm feeling like we enjoying each other's company. We having a good time. We respecting each other, and that's what it is. What? What you mean? I've been cooking, and I done opened my house to you, and da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? My mother came over here that time, and you met my mother, and da-da-da-da-da. And you telling me
But
you
did
ain't
you
trying
have a
to...
responsibility to stop
No, I
it
did not.
when she wanted to
No,
bring
I
you
did
around
not.
the mother?
No,
Because that's
Well, she
you
bring-
knew that.
You
Not-
know what?
not bring me
You know
around the
what?
mother.
I'm gonna have to be on his side with this one because I had that happen before, right? And the dude said, "Well, you let me meet your family. I thought we was together. No, we not together. So since that guy, nobody meets my family.
And not only that, you have to realize, and this is one thing that I had to realize, somebody meeting my family was very important to me.
It is.
But to her, it might not be no thing.
It's important.
It might not be no thing for her. I mean, I can't tell you how many mamas, sons, daughters, family
So let me
reunions,
ask y'all a question.
and all that stuff I've been
Boots
to.
for you. No, but you were married and you were engaged and married within a year and 2
Yes.
months, right?
Mhm.
So what was different about your wife? Because you
Her.
were out there.
Her.
Like, yeah, but what?
Just her.
Always that
You just
one.
knew.
Just her.
You just knew.
I met her. Of course, I was immediately attracted to her. And then once we got the, so the other caveat of it was, because of circumstances that was out of both of our control, after we initially met, for about 2 months, we only saw each other like twice. But we talked every single day, all day. We got to share a lot of things with each other. And through those times, we built a connection. And it was another few months before we did anything out of intimacy or whatever. And to answer your question even more directly, I just felt like we were on the same level of how we grew up, where we were in life, our past, what we wanted out of life, and it just felt organic.
Yeah.
So it was just about her. It wasn't, because Lord knows I was at a point in my life where I was not looking to get settled down, definitely not get married or none of that.
Yeah,
And it
I
just
can
happened
imagine.
that way.
What if, let me pose a question to the panel in a
That's
minute.
the last one. 'Cause
Okay.
We gotta go to the next topic.
Okay, so if you if you're dating a guy, say you guys are a year in, and you both see yourselves together, but you might want something sooner than he does. He wants it to go out.
Women usually do.
Yeah, but he might want to wait 5 years. That's a comfortable to know. And you might want to do it at 3 or 2.5. So what do y'all men suggest?
So that happened to me.
Okay.
When we first got serious, like really serious, and we first sat down and said, all right, you know, we were working toward getting married. At this time, it was, I guess, 2014 or somewhere around there, 2013. Initially, the idea was we gonna wait till 2017. That was our year. We gonna jump the broom. We gonna do all that stuff. But then, after so while of her speaking with her parents and her praying about it, whatever, she came back to the table and was like, "Nah, Slim, we ain't gonna be like doing everything we doing, and we just shacking up. We ain't waiting till no 2017." And like Sid said earlier, it was up to me as a man at that point to say, okay, I'm cool with it. Let's do it now. Or say, nah. And I said, I'm cool with it.
Because you didn't want to lose her.
And because ultimately that's what I wanted. So what we waiting for?
Okay. So let's go to the what is a situationship? How does it look different than a relationship? Do you let them know it's
this one's going to be interesting.
Yeah, do you let them know it's a situation and not a relationship? Panel?
No.
I ain't never heard the situationship.
No what?
Situationship.
I ain't never heard that to this year.
Honestly, I'm gonna speak for myself. You know, I require outside dating outside of the phone, okay? Because
for anything, even a situationship?
I sure do. You know why? Because I demand what I want. I'm the package. I'm the total package, and I'm a demand that you know I get that type of treatment. And this is not.
Talk that talk.
Yes.
Talk that talk.
She can back it up.
However, when we go out, you know, you can talk the phone stuff, texting. That's one level, right? But when you actually get face to face with someone, have real intimate conversation, like that's when you really, that's when it gets like a tad bit deeper. Like I like face to face conversation. I appreciate it much more than sitting on the phone and talking, because you can tell me anything on the phone, but I need to look in your eyes while you telling me certain things, and I need to know that you sincere. You know, I do like that. So
okay.
Yeah.
But the
What's
question.
the situation?
What is a situation?
What's the difference?
The
What is it?
situationship, because you know what? After we have that first that first meet up, that first date, that face to face date, I know how I'm going to deal with you. So with my thing with you dating me, come with your A game, because after that first date, if we did not connect, we need to connect on some type of level. And more with me, I would appreciate like a more of a mental level, because I like real conversation. I like real conversation. I don't like, you know, the phony, the made up, the whole 9 yards. So if we can even be friends, then that's fine. That's what I would consider the situationship, because we both know what we're in for.
Is there sex involved?
It's sex involved, but we leave our feelings at the door.
That's the situation.
So, Sid, you saying that's accurate?
That's easier said than done.
It is not.
But do you tell them? Do you make it clear that you're in a situation and not a relationship? Because they can look similar. You could go 6 months to a year. They can look similar,
that ain't gonna work
right?
for no man.
It does work for some men.
But generally speaking, ain't no man. Most men of age, they got careers. They might have a kid or two. They might have a business or whatever. Their time is precious, just like women. Like you said, they bosses.
Absolutely.
So a person not really going to be necessarily willing to date you, like we're going on real live dates and all that. If it's just a situationship, I wouldn't.
Unless they still want to play the field. Do you disagree,
If
a man don't want to be
intimately dating, you are taking me out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nah.
It's what I require.
So Sid, I mean,
we just gonna be buddies
you can't
then.
date somebody for a year in a situation. I mean, if they don't want to settle down, why wouldn't they
I'm
let
not
it?
wasting my time.
I was I can say you can. In my lesser mature self, I was able to. Now I can't. And situationships don't entertain me. I get nothing from it but headache and a bill.
Oh,
but I say that to say is
bad for me.
situationship is strictly I'm gonna get whatever I can get when I can get it, how I can get it, end all be all. Nothing to talk about.
Amen.
okay.
That's the situationship. Either you're gonna get with it or you're not. If you won't, guess what? The other 9 will.
Because believe me, it's 9 of them. That's real. It's 9 of them waiting. So
let me ask this
In a
off the
situation,
topic.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Situationship can't be one-sided. At some point or another, either her words or her actions agree with it.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
I agree.
So since we have a diverse panel, let me ask this. When you're dating, let's talk about society. So society accepts bisexual men, to me, faster than they accept bisexual women. Why is that?
I don't agree with that.
No.
I don't agree with that either.
That's the opposite. It's the opposite. It's the opposite.
So let me
It's
ask
the
you this
opposite.
question. Let me
I
ask
can give you a perfect
Definitely
example.
because you know I got to shake it up a little bit. But
I
go
can
ahead.
give a perfect example. Like this whole thing called double standard. Perfect example. We're in college. A woman slept with another woman. Later on in life, she meet a man. Yeah, I slept with Crystal, but I'm not like that no more. I was experimenting.
Cool.
Right?
Okay.
You meet Bob. Yeah, I was in college. I let him go down on me. I went down on me.
Bob
I'm
X'd
not
out.
like that no more.
Bob X'd out.
He's forever stamped. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
He's
You're absolutely
forever
right.
stamped.
You absolutely
She gonna be
right.
like, yeah,
It's a
you're
wrap.
right, but it was
It's
nice
a wrap.
meeting you.
It's a
I'm gonna
wrap.
go off script because this busy with B and he know Ursi
sorry.
about to come on out. So okay, guys, say you're dating, you're in a relationship with a woman, and at some point, y'all agree that y'all have a mutual liking to maybe do threesomes, right? And y'all in a serious relationship. Would you look at her differently and not wife her because she now agreed to do threesomes in a relationship? Would
That's
that
almost
change?
a requirement with a lot of men.
But would
Not
they,
me.
would they wife
Not
you though?
necessarily.
Would they wife you
let me
though?
tell you something right out the gate.
No.
I ain't sharing my wife with nobody.
Amen.
No
So would
woman,
y'all-
no man, no nobody.
But what if that's what you both want? Would
Oh,
you
I can't
still,
relate to
would
that.
she still be wife material to you if y'all are committed in a serious relationship, y'all in love, but y'all both want to do that? Would she still be a wife
It's
to
up
you?
for interpretation. I'm
you
going to
mean?
be transparent. In college, that's all I did. I didn't want to have sex unless it was a threesome, and the numbers were what they were.
So what about
in
now?
my more mature life, I'm not sharing my bed with no one else but my woman. And I feel that's how it should be. So no,
Oh,
she's not
okay.
wife material.
I like
Oh
that.
wow.
Do
Okay.
would you be down to do threesomes with your man?
I'm asking the panel. Because Ursi came,
This the
Ursi
second
came
time.
out.
This the second time. This the second time you
I don't
ducking
have
dodging questions.
I don't have a man.
This the second. If you had a man, and you was really feeling him, emotions and feelings are involved, and he came to you and said, you know, what you think about the idea of us bringing a woman into our bed? You can choose her. It could be a woman of your choice.
See, here's the thing.
I want
about-
to spice up our bedroom life.
If I said that, it would be a matter if I trust the man, to be honest, because I probably would say, would this change where we're headed?
So.
Where we're headed.
Okay.
And do I trust him?
Occasionally.
He might say yes
Only
because
occasional.
that's what he wants. But if it changes where we're headed or your outlook on us settling down and getting married, then yeah.
So but the answer ultimately is you would at least consider it.
yes.
Okay.
So
So-
we're gonna go out with this 3 negotiables for each one on the panel. But yeah, because we about to run out of time. So to everyone on the panel, give us 3 non-negotiable things that you require of your partner. What are 3 non-negotiable
Do
things?
me last.
Well, I think we should ask what are 3 things you require of a partner. You think? I think that's easier. What y'all think?
Yeah.
What are 3 things you require from a partner? 3. Give me 3.
I require number 1 outside dating. Like that's a big requirement. And the second thing is if you have kids, I expect you to have your situation under control because that situation can be a burden in what we are trying to build. Third of all, I expect you to bring something to the table because I got the table. In my situation,
What is that? What do you mean by bring
Yeah,
something
what's
to the
the
table?
bring something to the table, which means that
You talking about money?
not money. Money is the minor. Money is the minor because I have my own, right? But I have a daughter, right? So you have to understand that when you accept me, you are accepting my daughter. You know, and you accepting the whole situation. You know, so it's more than just like a money thing. It's a mental thing. It's a mental thing, and you have to understand that.
Okay.
You know, so you have to bring more to the table than just a few dollars because I have my own.
Okay. All right, Leah.
Can I borrow $5?
Leah, 3
Number
things.
1, it's a job. Even if I have a bunch of money, you still got to bring in some paper. I'm sorry. And I'm doing definitely good for myself, but we still got to equal or something. Like, you can't be working at McDonald's.
Okay.
Can you?
2 and 3?
Can you? It's
What's
a
2 and
job.
3?
You said a job.
But my requirement is more than a minimum wage. How about that?
So
But can
what's
he
2
make
and
less
3?
than
Because
you?
we running out of
Can he
time.
make less than you? Can he make less than
Yeah.
you? Okay.
But I'm saying it just can't be no minimum wage. If I'm living in a big house with cars and stuff, your McDonald's job can't do nothing for me.
All right. What's the
your
next two things?
Then the next two things is trust. You know, you gotta have trust. Don't lie about anything. Whether it will help
agree.
me or break me.
I agree.
Just tell the truth. And then like loyal, just don't cheat. I mean, if you're gonna cheat on me, dump me. It might hurt, but just don't cheat on me while we in a relationship.
Okay.
Okay, Sid.
First, none of mine's monetary.
Okay, mine's not either.
It's more along the lines of ideally she has to have a relationship with Christ.
Yes.
I agree.
Followed by complete candor and just full transparency.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, our spirits and our frequency just have to align. You have to be interested in some of the things that interest me. Turn me on, not just with your body. I need this. I need this.
Absolutely.
Preach.
Yes.
Ideally, those are my 3 requirements, but I know it's give or take. Just like having the table, you have to make sure you can bring your own dish, although she has the table.
Yes.
So Ursula, what are your 3 requirements?
3 is that's hard.
What are
would
your
say-
3 requirements?
Yes.
Ducking and dodging.
I would say consistency, transparency, and for me, family. I have a daughter and a granddaughter. I feel like the guy has to show an initiative to be a part of my life and want to be a part of my life.
Okay.
So yeah.
I feel good because I don't have to answer this question.
You don't, because you found your Mrs. Right.
But we about to wrap it up because it's crazy when we had these fun shows. The time
Yes,
go by so
yes.
quickly.
It does.
We're gonna have to bring
Shout
you
out
guys
y'all
back and do this again.
Instagrams and tell us
Yeah,
what
so
y'all have
everybody let
businesses?
everybody know
Yeah.
where they can find you, your Instagram,
Yes.
social media, all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so my Instagram is shape_killer KILLA_. Like, follow me, y'all. I'm
You have
very
a
interested.
business?
I do.
Okay.
I'm in and out of my business. I
Okay.
have a health and wellness. I do like the waist trainers. Like, I am absolutely amazing with helping you get to like your weight loss goals, and I'm very knowledgeable in that area.
Summer's coming.
You
Y'all
work with
hit her
men
up.
too? With men too?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm very knowledgeable in like the health and wellness area. So yes.
Summer's coming, ladies.
Yes.
All right, Miss Leah. How do we find you on social media?
My Instagram is May in DC Leah,
Okay.
and y'all can also see me on Jerry Springer.
Wow.
When you going on Jerry? Oh, you
I'm
already
on it
went?
already. It's Ed.
We need to look.
Yeah.
We need to YouTube
Oh,
that.
I'm about to YouTube
hold
that.
on.
Since you was on Jerry.
Yes.
Oh, I love
You
it.
went
I'm
to
about to
Chicago?
find it.
I went to Connecticut.
Oh, okay,
Where is
okay.
that?
We gonna have to look that up.
We'll look it up.
Yeah, we'll
Sid.
look it up. Go ahead, Sid.
Yeah, we need
What
that.
was it? Social media?
Yeah,
Yeah.
how they can find you on.
The Sid Jackson. That's TheeSid Jackson business. I am an entrepreneur. It can be found at Talent Partners, plural.
Are you single?
HR.com.
Ooh, somebody said, "Are you single?"
No, I'm not.
Oh,
Okay. See, I love it. So, as always, you can find me on Instagram at I am Ursy, URSYY. And don't say nothing about Ursy, boo.
And you can find me at Boots292 on Instagram, and all that good stuff. Please make sure you subscribe. Look up and subscribe to the Busy with B YouTube channel. All that good stuff. Make sure you go on to listenvisionlive.com to see the past shows, to see all the other Busy with B shows. You can look up Listen Vision Live on YouTube as well. We're gonna be putting the YouTube clip of tonight's show up real soon. We'll share it with you guys and all that good
Tonight.
stuff. Thank you all our guests on the panel for tonight. Thank you for everybody tuning in. This was a really, really fun show. Shout out to Miss B and Baby Bella.
Watching
We'll be
from
seeing you
home.
guys soon. See, I had so much fun. I messed up the mic.
Boots had too much wine. Boots, you had too much wine, Boots.
Cupcake.